This show contains features that may offend some viewers. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Yo, it's my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. I'm ready to smell fear, I smell a lot. My competitors fled scared, cause they smelled I was hot. I want it all, excess, the sex, much success, stress us. I want it all, no less, so come on.
Parents. Well, people, youth, adults. Today's topic, as I just said, is about parents. Wow. It's actually shocking for me, this topic is, because, usually I'm always talking about stuff to do with the youth. Usually I'm always talking about stuff to do with the youth, towards schooling, troublemaking, criminal activity. But this time, we're going into a whole new category by going from the youth now into grown-up adult category, which leads to parenting skills. Parents. Male, female, parents. Now, about parents, people. Parents are okay. Parents are the ones that are supposed to make sure that you're fed. Parents are the ones that are supposed to make sure they have clothes on your back, make sure you go to school, make sure you do all that stuff. But then there's some parents out there who don't give a flying fuck about their kids. And they leave them in going to bad areas, leave them into going into bad schools and all that stuff, and letting them do drugs and smoke weed and drink alcohol. Let me just say this, out of honesty for a minute. Let me give you a list right now about how to be a good parent.
Number 1. Feed your child. Number 2. Teach your kid responsibility. Number 3. Teach your kids independence. Number 4. Educate your child. Number 5. Discipline your child. 6. Praise your child for their accomplishments. 7. Make your kid positive. 8. Give your child integrity. 9. Trustworthy towards good people. And 10. Make their life successful.
Now, listen to this. As a parent or parents, you should know that your kid needs the best out of you to make his or her life successful. Okay? When it comes down to it, you need to make your kid's life successful, because that kid is depending on you to give him or her the best life ever, to make sure they have food in their belly, to make sure they can go to school with nice clean clothes and new clothes, for school, and to look presentive and productive to all his fellow classmates and teachers and have a good education. You need to make sure your kid is taken care of seriously, because when your kid's not taken care of seriously, look what happens in the future. Most kids these days that turn into adults, they become criminals. They are bums on the street, homeless. You need to realize one thing here. Your kid's life may be just one. Your kid's life may be just playing. But you know what? You need to remember one thing. Your kid's life from 1 year old all the way down to when he or she wants to move out, their life is always going to be in jeopardy. Okay? It's on a balance like a bike. Okay? You need to make sure your kid is balanced. Okay? By always making sure your kid is taken care of no matter what. Okay? 1, without hitting your kid. 2, without yelling and screaming at your kid so loud and badly. Just remember something. Your kid depends on you for everything. Now, as I said, I have seen a lot of parents and heard about a lot of stuff parents used to do to their kids. How parents usually smack their kids in the faces. And hit them with a belt and frickin', sometimes even throw them against the wall and frickin', don't even feed them sometimes. And they're on drug binges caring about themselves more than the goddamn, their own goddamn kid. You know, like, that's how ridiculous it's getting these days. You know, you as a parent should already know better that to bring a kid in this world means you have to give the kid the world. Not saying you have to give the kid everything, but give the kid your world. The world of love, the world of discipline, the world of responsibility, and the world of caring, and the world of love. You know, those are all very simple. You can always give your kid that stuff. You know, but when you don't give your kid that stuff, you know, your kid can turn out to being a freaking juvenile. You know, you don't want that to happen. You don't want your kid to turn out as a juvenile. Okay? Delinquent. You don't want that. Alright? And I feel bad for a lot of kids these days that have became that. I don't judge them. I don't judge the youth at all. Okay? They could make better choices in their lives, yes. But seriously, I don't blame them from where they're taught from bad parents. I don't blame them. Okay? So I'm just saying, from the bottom of my own heart and out of honesty, parents need to learn to stop with their bullshit. Okay? You know, I mean, I know that it's a little weird I'm talking about parents here, you know, but a lot of the youth too has a problem, you know, with one thing, you know? I mean, think about this. I know a lot of you hate when your parents say this to you.
You know, son, daughter, you need to do this because it's for your own good. You need to come home at this time because it gets dangerous outside. You need to do these chores because you need to learn to be responsible. Pick up after yourself.
Now, that what I just said is a good, true fact. Now, remember one thing, okay? Your parents may be on your bad side when they say that, but you know what? Always remember one thing. When they said that to you, if they didn't say that to you, that would show they didn't care. Because, you know, when you think about it, and you're going out on these streets in the nighttime, and you're doing all that bad stuff, or being around bad crowds, you know, you're going to be intended of doing the same thing eventually by getting influenced. Okay, when you get influenced, it's not something that's good in that way. When you want to get influenced, it should be for a good reason. To be inspired to get a good education. To be inspired to want to make something of yourself. You know? So please, people, I'm going to let you go now because I have to get going. Okay? Tired today from school. But anyways, please, people, do me one big favor. Always listen to your parents. And parents, do me a big favor and yourselves a favor. Any bad parents right now who are in a bad way, please change for your own kids' sake. Alright? Anyways, people, nice talking to you today. Have an awesome week. Enjoy Real Talk. Adios. Ciao for now.
Yo, it's my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. A predator smells fear, I smell a lot. My competitors flex here, cause they smelled I was hot. I want it all, excess, the sex, much success, stress us. I want it all, no less. So come on.
Ships of an alien source are approaching from the sky. Radio contact has been attempted but cannot be
This
attacked.
episode of Real Talk
Instructions are to
today
prepare for an attack
is very
by an
unique.
unknown enemy.